Why do queer families sometimes repeat old problem-solving patterns? Imagine a family where conflicts seem to circle back again and again, even when everyone wants things to change. Have you ever wondered why some family habits stick around despite efforts to break free? Well, it turns out that many queer families face unique challenges that can make old problem-solving ways stick around longer than they should. Families develop ways of dealing with problems based on what they've learned from previous generations or their environment. If a family learned to avoid conflict or hide feelings to stay safe, those habits can become automatic. In queer families, these patterns might be even more common because of past experiences with rejection or misunderstanding about LGBTQ+ identities. When family members have faced rejection, they often learn to protect themselves by not talking openly or by suppressing emotions. External pressures also play a big role. Society often has strict ideas about gender roles and family structures. Queer families might face discrimination, legal hurdles, or social stigma. These stressors can make it harder to try new ways of solving problems because the old ways feel safer or more familiar. For example, navigating legal issues for parental rights or dealing with bias in schools can reinforce reliance on old coping strategies. Managing emotions is another piece of the puzzle. In many queer families, family members might hide their true feelings to avoid conflict or rejection. They might put on a brave face or suppress emotions, which keeps problems from being talked about honestly. This emotional work can become a cycle that prevents real resolution and makes old patterns stick. Children in queer families sometimes take on adult responsibilities early on. This is called parentification. When kids learn to prioritize others' needs over their own, they might develop problem-solving habits that ignore their own well-being. These habits can keep old family dynamics alive and make it harder to create new, healthier ways of handling issues. But here's the good news. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward change. Creating safe spaces where everyone feels comfortable sharing feelings helps break the cycle. Active listening and validating emotions can help family members feel heard and understood. Getting support from a therapist who understands LGBTQ+ issues can give families tools to challenge old habits. They can learn to set boundaries, prioritize self-care, and communicate more openly. Peer support groups are also helpful because they show families they are not alone and share ideas that have worked for others. Families can work on identifying old patterns without blaming each other. Encouraging everyone to express feelings honestly and seeking LGBTQ+ affirming therapy can make a big difference. Building resilience through community connections and clear legal or parenting agreements can reduce conflict and stress. When families address both internal dynamics and external pressures, they can move beyond repeating old problem-solving patterns. This helps improve mental health and overall well-being, making family life more supportive and stronger for everyone involved.